Sorry it's a bit later than normal. Today we're going to still do stretches that are appropriate for all levels, but today we're just going to focus a little bit more on stretches for people who are slightly more flexible. So I'm just going to show you a few modifications if you're looking for even more of a challenge than normal. But don't worry if you are a beginner or you're not quite in your splits yet. I'm still gonna provide modifications that are suitable for everyone. So let's get started with our warm-up. Let's have feet in parallel around hip width apart, and we're going to do our usual bend, circle the shoulders back 4 times and bring them forwards 4 times, and then 2 big circles with the right arm, 2 big circles with the left arm. Off we go. Bend, circle 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and we reverse up and over 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Right arm bends and circle, add a little twist, and 2, and the other arm 3, twist round, and 4. Bend the knees, open the feet out a little wider, take the arms to demi-seconds, and we're going to twist here with the knees bent. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch the knees, open the arms. We're going to bend to the side, curve forwards, and stretch the knees, open the arms. We'll go to the other side. So 4 crossed, arms to first, and open. Now the same to the back. To the side, lift the chest, lift the chin, and open. To the side, stretch, little back bend, and open. Same again, to the side, and forwards. Open, side, forwards. Open, this is just waking up the spine and the arms. Stretch, and the knees and the hips. Stretch. Open the legs wider apart, arms are stretched, and we're going to do our lunge twists, where after 8 of them, we're going to slowly get lower and lower to the floor. Off we go. 1, bend, twist, 2, and 3, 4, 5, get lower, 6, and 7, and 8. Good job. Let's have feet together in parallel. Breathe in, lift the chest to the ceiling, breathe out. Tuck the chin to the chest, bend the knees. Roll all the way down to the floor. And we're going to push up into downward dog or pyramid stretch. So lengthen through the spine. Don't worry if your heels aren't touching the floor yet, just drive them down. Keep a nice long neck. And hold here. And now come back onto your knees. Breathing in. And push up again. Breathe out. Drive the heels down. Nice long neck. And hold. Pedaling the feet for a calf stretch. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Back onto your knees. And we're going to do a little demi-point stretch here. Sorry, add this. Little demi-point stretch, so sitting on your heels. And we're going to bring one arm up, one arm under. Reach your fingers to touch. We're just going to sit here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle the arms, come off the toes. And back down onto your heels. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax, open out the arms. Good, on your hands and knees. Make sure that your wrist is directly under your shoulders and your knees are about hip width apart. We're going to do our cat-cow stretch. So breathing in, arch the back, tuck the chin into your chest, breathe out, drop the hips down to the floor, lift the chin up to the ceiling. And again, breathing in. And breathe out. 2 more, this is just to wake up the spine, breathing in. And breathe out. And 1 more, breathing in. And out. Good. We're now going to bend the elbows, bring the chest to the floor, scoop all the way up, curve the spine and push back. Then we go again, bend the elbows, bring the nose along the floor up to the sky, drop the chin into the chest. We're going to do 2 more. So sitting back onto your heels, chin hovers just above the floor, then up to the ceiling, chin into the chest, and sit back. And 1 more, bend the elbows, scoop all the way up, and arch the back. Sit on your heels. We're going to do the reverse of this. So we go up, we drop the hips, lift the chin, lower down, sit back on the heels. Arch the spine, lift the chin, lower the arms and back down. Just creating mobility in the spine here. This is going to make our back bends easier. It's also waking up the hips. And 1 more, curve the spine, lift the chin, drop, and down. Good. Just stretch the fingers forwards here in child's pose and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the fingers to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're now going to go back onto our hands and knees, and for an upper back stretch we're going to thread one arm underneath until the shoulder drops down to the floor. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now reach it up to the ceiling, open up the chest, and place the hand back down. Now the other arm, thread it through. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up the chest. Nice deep breaths. And place it back down. Very good. We're going to work on the hips now. So lying on your front. I'm going to do a frog stretch. Bring the soles of the feet together. And you don't want the hips coming off the floor, so keep the hips pressing down into the floor. Soles of the feet together, and then push those heels down. You can put your forehead on your hands here if you like. This is probably the easiest, as you don't need to have your head coming off the floor. And this is an active stretch, so you're going to keep pushing down. You'll feel the glutes firing up as you do this, and then we're going to release and relax and push down again, holding for 8 counts and release. Let's do this 4 times. Off we go. So pushing the heels down, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Pushing down for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep pushing. Hips are down. 3, 2, 1. Release. This is a great hip opener, pushing down, and this is going to help you with your turnout and your demi-pliés and grand pliés, your extensions to the side, all of these. So this is a really good stretch. Release, and last one. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now opening out the lower legs, so you're in a sort of grand plié in second, but obviously lying on the floor. And you're going to push up onto your forearms until your hips are in line with your knees. So we're pushing back here. And you might feel like the knees naturally slide out to the side a bit. So we don't have the feet touching anymore. They're open out to the side. Imagine that if you were standing, you'd be in a grand plié in second. And you should feel a gentle stretch going through the hips, and feel free to rock forwards and backwards. And you can put something underneath the knees like a towel, or you can even use your yoga mat if this is easier on the knees. We're just going to hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come off the knees. Moving on to the back, we're going to start with the legs slightly out to the side. Forearms in front of you here. So you've got your shoulders pulling down, shoulder blades pull down, lats activated. Nice long neck. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, and lift the upper body off the floor so it's just until the rib cage is no longer touching the floor, keeping a nice long neck, and lower back down. Breathing in, breathing out, lift off. You'll feel the glutes working here too. Try not to let the legs float off the floor, keep them down. One more, breathing in, breathing out, lifting off. Now I'm going to give a few modifications. For our next one, everybody is going to bring their hands further back, and we're going to push all the way up, as far as you can go, obviously without it getting uncomfortable. If you want more of a challenge here, you can stick the legs together for this as you go up, because it's going to be harder to get to that same position with the legs together. If you like, you can also try the knees out to the side but the feet up. So you're going to push up and reach the head back to the toes. And if you want even more of a stretch here, put your legs against the wall, open your knees out to the side, and push the body towards the feet. So you've got the wall stopping the feet from sliding away from you, so you're keeping that resistance there, and then it's kind of easier when you push away from the floor going towards the wall. So this is just going to give you that extra stretch if you are looking to really push your back bends. So choose the stretch that's right for you. There are varying levels of difficulty. I'll go for one in the middle, so we'll go feet together, and we're going to hold each time for 5 seconds. Keep breathing normally. You shouldn't be in any discomfort here. And then lower back down. I'm going to go again. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing up. 5, 4, keeping it long. 3, 2, 1. Just hold here. I'm going to give you the chance to change up your stretch if you maybe want to try the one at the wall, or if you want to change the leg position. And last one, breathing in, breathing out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pushing back onto the heels, stretch the fingers forwards. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to go into our backs now, and we're going to work on stretching the hamstrings. So this is going to help you with your front splits, your grand jetés, your grand battements to the front, extensions to the front, all of these. Start by hugging one knee into your chest. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to bring that same leg into a glute stretch. So if you're not sure how to do this, both legs up, one leg over the top, hands through the middle around the back of the knee. Then bend that leg and pull into your chest. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, and now stretch this leg. If that's not enough of a stretch, flex the foot. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take this top leg. You can either hold onto the thigh, onto the calf, or if you're a bit more flexible, you can hold onto the heel. And this is a hip opener, so this is now going to help with your extensions to the side. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And now stretch out that leg. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Same leg comes back in. And now you're going to extend it to the front. So you might just be holding low down on the leg. You might go below the knee, slightly above the knee, or you might be able to hold onto your heel here. Personally, I like to put my other hand on my hip just to check that I'm not lifting that hip, because you're not going to get a good stretch here. So keep the hip down so everything's nice and square. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And now you can either do the same stretch, or if you're looking for more of a challenge, like I'm gonna offer slightly more flexible options today. You can keep pulling that leg until you get it by your ear. So it's a bit like we're shouldering the leg here. And we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As always, go really gently on the hamstrings. There's no point forcing your legs into a stretch to the front. The hamstrings don't allow it. If you pull them, you then need to rest them for so much time before you're ready to stretch again. So it's just not worth it in the long run. Go gently and you'll see more improvement over time than just forcing it in one go. So pull that knee into your chest. Let's do everything on the other leg. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find where it's comfortable. Could be anywhere on the leg. We're going to open that leg out to the side. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch out that leg. Again, go gently. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoops, I forgot the quads, the glute stretch. Let's add it here. So get the legs into position. Bend that knee. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch. Optional flex. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same leg goes all the way up in front of you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And optional shouldering of the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring everything back in. Hug those knees. Okay, we're now going to work on our front split. So we're going to start with the lunge sequence that I love to do. This is just a great way to wake up the hip flexors, wake up the hamstrings, even though we have given them a good stretch just now, and get ready for front splits. So one leg in front of the other, sitting up nice and tall here. I'm going to go for a deep hip flex lunge, so all the way forwards, stretching out here, keeping the back nice and tall. If you want, you can put your fingers on the floor, or if you're not quite there, you can hold on to something at the side. So wherever's comfortable for you, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back up. Now we're going to go a little more deep into the hip flexors here. You're going to tuck underneath, and that should already feel like a stretch. And then you're going to push the hips slightly forwards. So you don't have to push forwards far for this one. And we're just going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Extend that leg out. Flex the foot if you want a deeper stretch, otherwise keep it relaxed. Reach the hands up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fingers to the floor. So this is a runner's stretch, and this is a great stretch for the backs of the legs. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you're going to stretch out the front leg, stretch out the back leg, hold yourself up. Whilst you're there, if you happen to have these blocks, Or even if you don't have blocks, you could use books. You could use, I don't know, maybe not shoe boxes, they're probably not strong enough. But anything that's going to help you lift yourself up. This is a great way to hold yourself whilst you're working towards your front splits, because the ground isn't as far away suddenly. You can push into these and they're nice and soft. If you have already reached your splits and you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can use the blocks to give you that deeper stretch. You could put one under each foot, into each leg, and then it's going to lift you up again. If that's not enough, you can lift them up onto their sides, so you're getting a deeper stretch here. But it's important to keep the hips square, so we're not twisting at any point. And as always, I do recommend you try and hold your balance here so that you're working your core. So once you've found the stretch that's right for you, relax. And we're going to repeat our lunges on the other leg. So starting with one leg bent in front of you, sitting up nice and tall, and pushing forwards. You want to have your heel in line with your knee here, so just correct that if you need to. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back up. Tuck the pelvis. Push forward slightly. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Runner's stretch. Extend that leg. Reach the fingers up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach forwards. Again, blocks are good here too if you're not quite touching the floor. They're handy to help you maintain your alignment without forcing the stretch. So now we're going to slide the front foot, slide the back foot, hold yourself up. Stay here, use the strength of your arms. Or if you want a deeper stretch, modify as you wish. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. If you could also use a foam roller for this, which I have here. If you don't have these blocks, a foam roller does the same job. It's just where the blocks allow you to choose a slightly higher or lower level. You only get one level with a foam roller. Good, and relax. You can just hug your knees, give them a bit of a shake, a stretch, whatever they need. We're now going to work on our box splits. So we're going to start with our butterfly stretch, feet together. And you're going to hold on to your toes. Nice long back. If this is enough of a stretch for you, then you hold it here. Just work on keeping the back nice and tall. If you can go further, then you're going to breathe in, breathe out, and drop your forehead down to your toes. You can also use your elbows to keep your knees out to the side. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is a great hip opener, and it also stretches out the back. What you don't want to do is to curl inwards towards your feet. You're trying to extend the spine as you go forwards. So keep it as long as possible. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, don't force it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do a sandwich stretch, which is quite similar, and working on opening at the hips. So you can either bring one leg fully on top of the other, stacked on top, or if you're not able to get into this position, you could just cross the ankles or cross the feet. Again, the first goal is to keep a tall back. So if you feel like you're falling backwards, you can hold onto your mat, or if you have like a sofa in front of you, you can hold onto the sofa. If you are sitting nice and tall with no issues, you're going to reach the fingers forwards and keep stretching until either you have your hands flat on the floor or you have your forearms on the floor. So make sure the legs are wherever is good for you, where you're going to feel enough of a stretch without it being too much. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and you should feel a bit of a glute stretch here. 2, 3, 2, 1. Good. Very gently uncross the legs. You shouldn't feel any tension in the knees in this stretch, so if you are feeling pressure in the knees, you'll want to loosen the position. Sitting nice and tall, breathing in, breathing out. Go as far as you can, keeping the sit bones on the floor, and neck nice and long. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. I'm going to open out the legs to box splits. Same as before, if you're struggling to stay upright, you can hold onto a piece of furniture or just work on your core, finding that balance high up on the sit bones, and that's all you're going to focus on. If you can do more than that, you're going to work on reaching the fingers forwards without the ankles rolling inwards, so keep your turn out the whole time. Walk the fingers forwards until the hands are flat on the floor, and then gently bend the elbows if you can, and stay here. If you are a bit more mobile, you can let the whole body go flat onto the floor, but do keep an eye on those ankle bones, don't let them drop. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, walk up. Now for our options, our modifications, you can either repeat this a couple more times, or if you are pretty much flat in your splits, you can, okay, so I'll show you one option. If you're not quite flat in the splits, but you're looking for a slightly different stretch, again, I'm going to use these blocks because they're handy. You can push up onto them. Oops, I'll just click that off. Push up onto them. Walk them forwards and then hold yourself. So you're letting gravity pull you down. If you don't want to use the blocks, I would actually recommend just going up onto your forearms. So you'll probably be about here, hips lifted off the floor, and you're going to let gravity slowly pull the hips down. If you are a bit more flat, then obviously you're not going to have a gap between your hips and the floor. You're going to be all the way down, but do focus on your turnouts. Don't let the toes just drop all the way down. So we're no longer sitting on the floor with the sit bones down and bringing the body forwards. We are letting the hips rock all the way forwards, but we're going to try and keep those toes up. Just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, if you're happy with the seated middle split stretch, just keep doing that. Again, if this isn't enough for you, that you are flat and you're still not getting a stretch, we can add blocks. A foam roller would do the same thing if you don't have them. So I'll show you how you would do that. 2 foam rollers would be even better. But it's good to have them at a similar height. So as you can see here, the foam roller is higher than the block. So I would be better off just using 2 blocks that are the same. And then same thing again, lowering yourself forwards. And you can just keep stacking the blocks, you know, they're not expensive. If you need a couple to feel a good stretch, then go for it, it's worth it. Or just get an extra foam roller. But I think most people would feel a stretch with 1 block under each leg. So just holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you, like I said, if you don't have these blocks, you could use books. You could even like roll up a towel and then put a towel under each leg. That would work too. Bring the legs forwards, give them a wiggle, and we're going to go onto our knees and slowly roll up. So tuck those knees under, tuck the toes under, tuck in your chin, and bring the hands in towards your feet. Heels onto the floor, knees bent. We're going to slowly roll up. Good. Well, I hope you got a good stretch out of that. And if you are slightly more flexible, I hope you're feeling especially stretched today. And yeah, know how to get the most out of your foam blocks and your foam roller. As always, if you're a My Ballet Coach member and you would like me to include anything specific in our stretch, do let me know, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.